You're back and you're talking to Mr. Legendary. I'm happy to be back. As always, you know we're going to bring you a hell of a show. Today, we're going to be talking about Queen Naija. If you see Kevin Samuel's name in the headlines, bear with me, we'll get there. But what started me wanting to know about body shaming was Queen Naija. We're going to go ahead and put her up on the screen now. This is her post-operation body. This is how she looks literally as of today. She is currently very heavy at the bottom, as you can see, because what Queen Naija decided to do was to get a Brazilian butt lift. She got, let me just make sure, she got a tummy tuck, and she says she got her hernia repaired, blah, blah, blah. But she got the tummy tuck, the Brazilian butt lift, and I didn't know this, but she also had eye fillers at one time. So she's had some work done on her body. And she posted that picture, and she got criticism. I did not go into her post to see what the criticism was about, nor do I care to. This is something that this grown woman, mother of two, chose to do with her money and her body on her own. Now, what we will get into is the next post that was attached to it. And as you can see, she writes, LOL. Y'all body shame people for being fat. Y'all body shame skinny people. Y'all body shame mom bods and surgery bodies. As long as I love my body and I do love it, I'm good. I'm sexy and I know it. When I read this post, all I wanted to know was, what is body shaming? Still, to this very moment, I'm completely lost. We'll get into it later. I'm actually going to go into Google and see if we can Google a definition for what females have now called body shaming. Because you know what I haven't seen? I have never seen a short man, a skinny man, a fat man, a man that's too tall, a man whose feet are too big, a man who has a receding hairline. I have never heard a man say that females who said they didn't like this thing on a man say that he was body shamed. I have yet to hear it. And if I did hear it, me and that man will have to have some words. Because again, over here, we're not playing all the emotions. We're not playing all the sensitive crap. If a female don't like what you got to bring to the table, you know what we as men got to do? Suck it up, buttercup. Pick a struggle. We're going to go ahead and enhance our other things. Instead of trying to mask that, what are we going to call it? Our deficiency. Instead of trying to mask what we lack, we're going to just enhance everything else. And let you understand that you're just going to have to deal with 2 out of 3. You don't like a short dude? Hey, I'm fit and I got money. You don't like a broke dude? Hey, I'm 6'4", flat stomach, and I can put it down in the bedroom. I don't know about the money. That may come, may not. But for right now, this is what you got. Deal with it or not. And what females have done today is they've decided to use the power that was granted to them by the feminist movement, which is the equality. Females have said, you know what? We love equality. We want to be able to do whatever we want to do, how we want to do it, when we want to do it, and we want people to accept us for doing it, how we want to do it, the way we want to do it. No problem. We accept it. We accept the fact that you want to be overweight. But what you have to understand is that you have to deal with whatever comes with that overweightness. You cannot force me to like what you have. You cannot force it on me. And that's the problem with this body shaming. That's the problem with this body positivity, is it all ties in to females trying to force things on men. Instead of, I don't even want to say asking men, because most of you all know what we like, which is why we got posts like this saying that y'all body shaming people for being too skinny, too fat, mom bods, surgery bods. This is why we have things like this, because y'all know what we want. Ultimately, everybody knows what we want, which is why we have people going into the knife, which is why we had a female who had 2 kids, whose body looked perfectly fine, said, you know what, I want to tighten up this stomach and I want to add more fat to my behind. And that's why we got the picture that we had. Because y'all know what we want, and y'all said, you know what, we don't want to give you that. We want to give you what we want to give you when we want to give it to you. To my men that's out here listening, understand that we have to put a stop to this. How can we do that? We have to stop giving these females our resources for these lackluster things that they are bringing to the table. Well, what do you mean she looks good? Stop paying for fakes. Men, let's switch it around. Let's use me. Let's use me as an example. So for the past, give me 45. I'm 45. For the past 20 years, from 25 forward, I have been broke. Said, you know what? I don't want to do nothing with my life. I want to be broke. Flat broke, no job, no nothing. And I decided I still want to live with my mom. I don't want to get a car. And let's add an even more better stipulation, and this will benefit the women in this scenario. Let's just say someone came to me, an uncle, owns a car dealership. He says, listen, Larry, I got a proposition for you because I'm tired of you sleeping on my sister's couch, which is, my auntie. He tired of me sleeping on his sister's couch. He want to get me out into the work world. He says, listen, I get you in at my dealership. You don't even have to sell the cars. I just need you to come sit in my office and, watch up under me. You'll get paid a salary, $300,000. It'll go up $20,000 a year till I die, then you take it over. You don't have to do nothing. I want you to come do it. I say no mas. I don't want to do that. You want me to work? Well, it's only a little bit of work. I don't care. I don't want to work. I don't care how easy or hard it can be. For some people it's easy, and for some people it's hard. I don't want to do it. I'd rather sit here and wait until I get blessed and get rich on my own. Turn that down. I don't want to do it. I don't want to work. I want to get it how I want to get it. And I want you to accept me for how I am. I want you to accept me for being broke. So I'm telling people. So, pandemic hits. We in current times now. I've been broke for the past 20 years. Pandemic hits. People start telling me about the PPP loans. And they say, listen, all you got to do, in my Tommy Pickles voice, all you got to do, go online, put this fake information in, $20,000 right now. And I say, you know what? That's the least amount of work possible. I'll do it. So far, 20 years broke, pandemic hits, found my scapegoat. I found $20,000 land there. I get approved. I get the $20,000. I get the money. And I come to you and I say, listen, I got a proposition here. I got a little money now. I consider myself to be rich. I got $20,000 in my pocket, cash. I got it on me. I'm rich. I'm a businessman. I want to go into business with you. No, not me give you my money. I want you to use my idea. I have a business plan, and I want you to bring your money into my business plan with my 20,000. I want you to put in 10,000 into my plan, and I want us to go out here in this market and make it happen. Hey, we don't need to go all into the details. We don't need to look at all the numbers. I want you to trust me. Trust me that my plan is going to work. In scenario. So now we have, let's think about the scenario I just gave you. We have a guy who had no history of working for 20 years, who turned down the chance to work because he said he wanted to do it his way, how he wanted to do it. He didn't want to work. He wanted to do it his way. He found a scapegoat. He found a way to get some money with doing the least amount of work possible. And then now that he's got the money without doing any of the work, has no history of managing this money, he wants you to take your money and invest it into his ideas, into his no history of working. He wants you to invest into that. And I need y'all to understand that this is what the women have been giving us. How do you compare those two, Larry? Because we have women. Most of them have no history of working out. Most of them have no history of being fit and in shape. They could easily, majority of women could easily start working out, watching their calories and losing weight. Everybody says it's so hard, but we all know, we've seen people do it. There is a way, there's a method to everybody's madness. I've done it. But they said, no, we don't want to work out. We tried it for 2 weeks. We tried the keto diet. It didn't work. We don't want to do that. We don't want to work out. We want to wait. I want you to accept our weight for what it is. Accept us for how we are. Then, you know what? I just seen Dr. Miami. I found my scapegoat. I'm going to Queen Naija my way out of this. I want to get my body done. And now that I've got my body done, I want to bring this product to the men. I want to bring this body to the men. This body that has no history of working out. This body that has no history of being fit. And I want you to invest your time, resources, and money. I want you to put a ring on it and trust that I'm going to maintain this store-bought body. With that being said, I do got some videos that I wanted to go over because I still want to know what body shaming was. Because according to people like Queen Naija, what I did was just body shame her. What I did was just body shame a lot of women by simply stating that I would prefer a female who got it out the mud. That men deserve females who got it out the mud. Because what y'all females are saying is, listen, we want the top-notch man. We want the man with the top-notch money. We want you to have the top-notch D game. We want you to have the top-notch looks. And we want you to bring all that to a woman who said she was too lazy to even work out for you. Who said she'd rather bring you a store-bought body than a body built up. So, what I did was I researched YouTube first. I researched YouTube and I said, you know what? I need to know what body shaming is. I need some definitions. I need to know what this is, how it equates to what we're talking about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our video. This video is going to be about the one, the only, the Lizzo. There was a report on The Breakfast Club, as you can see, Angela Yee with the rumor report, who reported on, Jillian Michaels for her body shaming comments, and she's going to show Lizzo's response to Jillian Michaels comment. But before we get into anything, let's hear what this Jillian Michaels. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she's about. She's I guess famous. I keep saying famous. She's famous and she's a celebrity, and she just gave an opinion. So let's hear what she said.
Appearance. Here's what she had to say originally.
I love celebrities like Lizzo or Ashley Graham who are really preaching self-acceptance.
I love her music, yeah, 100%. I don't know anything about her. I'm sure she's a cool, awesome chick.
Yeah, and I love that they're putting images out there that we normally don't get to see, of bodies that we don't get to see being celebrated. And
why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter? That's what I'm saying. Like, why aren't we celebrating her music? Because it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes.
Well, I want to ask you...
I'm just being honest. Like, I love her music, but there's never a moment where I'm like, and I'm so glad that she's overweight.
Well, Jillian Michaels is a celebrity.
Apparently, somebody said that what she said just now was body shaming. When this lady, all she said was, I'm fine with celebrating Lizzo's music, but we don't have to tie to music to the body size. We can just like Lizzo's music without even bringing up the weight. Because what she's saying, what she's not going to do is say, oh my God, I love her for being overweight. Because too many people want to try to give it a different title. Like, oh my God, she's comfortable the way she is, when really she's overweight. She's way overweight. And as she said, we're not going to be screaming that when she gets diabetes. Then y'all going to want to start sending flowers. And oh my God, I should have helped her. Oh my God, I should have said something. But too many people don't want to say something. Y'all want to make freaking negatives into a positive in this messed up world that we in now. In what way, shape, form, or fashion is overweight a good thing? Somebody tell me. Comments. DM me. I don't even care. Somebody tell me one positive thing about being overweight or obese. Give me one. While we wait on that, let's go ahead and play the rest.
Celebrity trainer, and she was on BuzzFeed News AM to DM, and those were her comments. Well, she has doubled down on those comments since then. Here's what she had to say about the backlash.
I'm a health expert. For decades, I have said repeatedly that your weight and your size have no bearing or merit on your value, your beauty, your worth, your ability. Where it does have relevance is your health. And to pretend that it doesn't is not only irresponsible, it's dangerous, and it's just not a lie I'm willing to tell because it's politically correct. My overall point is that take care of your health because you love yourself. Obesity is the #1 contributor to diabetes, heart disease, cancer.
She's not wrong.
Yeah, what's wrong with what she said?
Why are we acting like she's wrong?
Listen to who has a problem with what she's saying in the room, and listen to what the responses are, because this is very telling on how this is about to play out.
The training and health expert. Why are people mad?
Actress Jamila Jamil, who is a body neutrality activist, tweeted out, just saying, my whole damn thin family has diabetes and high cholesterol and problems with our joints. Why is this woman acting like she's an MRI? Stop concern trolling fat people and get in the bin.
When they were talking.
So again, where she's speaking specifically that this conversation was about Lizzo. And the response to speaking about Lizzo was, let's go to the extreme minority about this skinny person that also had diabetes, which is the minority. But what we do know for a fact is obesity, being overweight, is a prime contributor to getting diabetes. But of course, there are the minute specific people in the world who might have got it from something else. So let's focus on those. Let's focus on the 2% of people that got it from anywhere and just say, you know what? Forget it. We don't care. All of us can get it because those 2% got it. But the 98% of the other people that got it from being overweight completely had control over whether they got it or not. Had complete control over it. They chose not to pay attention to it. They chose to switch the negative into a positive. Let's call this very negative thing a very positive thing and just let me be. And then let's ignore it. And then everybody mad when that person died and you say, oh my God. Then the doctor is like, listen, She had complete control over this. Every time she came into the office, I told her, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. And she told me I was shaming her for telling her to lose weight as a doctor. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going to school? I forget how many years exactly it takes to get a doctorate degree. Let's say you become a doctor and you worked in your field for 10 years. Let's say you specialize in weight, specifically weight in females. So you work in a female hospital and you specialize in weight. And you got a female coming into your office that's 300 pounds. Off rip, we already know there is no healthy 300-pound woman. We already know that. There is no BMI chart that shows healthy 300 pounds unless you're 10 foot 11. There is no healthy 300 pounds. So this woman comes in your office, 300 pounds. You tell her, hey, I want to get you down to a healthy weight. And she looks at you crazy. I am healthy. I'm fine. I love the skin I'm in. And you say, listen, I understand. But, let's just say she's there because she's having breathing issues, chest issues. And you say, listen, if we get you down about 40, 50 pounds, in my expert opinion, the chest pain and all of that will go away. But if you continue, there's a chance you may get diabetes if you continue to live in your truth. And she looks you dead in your eye and say, you're body shaming me. Can you imagine that? A health professional and somebody comes into your office and say, you're body shaming me for telling me the truth. But let's let this play some more.
Talking about Lizzo, not her family, not the other woman's family, though.
I mean, I'm just talking about the second statement she made. I mean, obesity is the number one cause of a lot of those things. So why?
These are men that's confirming what she said. That's confirming what this medical professional lady said. Everything she said was true. But instead, we're going to take a minute people and say it's body shaming.
I just know that she should be specifically talking about Lizzo and commenting on her body and her health without knowing anything about her. But
I don't think she should be commenting on Lizzo without knowing anything about her. She commented first. It started with her saying, "Listen, I don't want to talk about Lizzo's weight. I just want to talk about the music. I don't think it's okay to be that size." We know Lizzo doesn't have any medical conditions. We know that for a fact, or she would have already said it. Lizzo has no medical conditions for being that size. She just wanted to be that size, and she wants people to accept her for it. Now, the problem is that females, specifically women, have told us that it is offensive to tell a woman the truth. It is offensive to say that you're overweight. Let's let it play some more.
But here's how Lizzo responded.
If my name is in your mouth, so is my bitch. Enjoy the flavor.
All right. Listen, and we shouldn't celebrate anybody for their body, right? It shouldn't be about the talent.
Thank you.
Celebrating somebody for their body, objectifying them.
Because had it been reversed, Danny Lay, hint, hint, had it been reversed, and the skinny girl got up here and saying, "I'm skinny, love me," I would have tore her apart. Girl, you frail body. Had somebody had pride in the color of their skin and said, "You know what? I'm yellow. Yellow bone is what he wants." Y'all would have tore him apart. And there's nothing dangerous about that. You can be as skinny as you want as long as it don't get, to the frail to where you're throwing up and look malnourished. But those skinny women are still healthy. The problem that most people have with this overweight stuff is it's not healthy. It's contributing to death. Eventually, it's going to break your body down. And you shouldn't speak on it because you don't know her?
In a way.
I think that a lot of people have negative things to say and comments about people who, if you look at them and say, "Oh, this person's overweight. Oh, do this. Go to the gym." And people are always
let's take
shaming
it out of the
people.
overweight
That's
people.
why they call it fat shaming. So the whole point is, let's stop commenting on.
Well, listen to what she said. She said we shouldn't celebrate people for their body. That's just like saying Nicki's only popular because she got
That
a
would be
fat
fine
ass.
if she just.
Bill O'Reilly used to do that about Beyonce. Beyonce's only popular because she got a nice body. Like, no.
But
no,
that would be okay if she
stopped.
stopped. I guess it would be okay if she stopped there, but then she started talking about her health without knowing anything about whether or not she has health issues and all of that.
So that's what this world really bothers me right now, right? Let's be honest. If people are overweight or they need work or they need to get healthy, we should say it. We shouldn't wait
Sure
till the end
should.
to say it.
Yeah.
Just like, you know,
But
if I'm overweight, right, and I'm not fat, but if I'm a little, I have some pounds on me and somebody says, yo, E, you gaining some weight, give it in the gym. I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you hurt my feelings. No, I'm going to get my ass in the gym because they're
Would
trying
you
to look out
prefer
for
that
me.
to be somebody who knows you, or
I don't care
completely
what
Don't
it is.
care.
I don't care when
But
people say
but some people don't appreciate that.
Oh,
Every argument, every rebuttal that she has back to them is, but I feel it's not arguing the facts, because everything that they saying is factual. Listen, if I'm overweight and you say I'm overweight, how the hell can I be mad and I'm really overweight? And she's like, well, what if they don't know you? But does that neglect the truth? Is it not fact? Once we can get past the who said it and why they say it, so who's allowed? Kevin Samuels said, who's allowed to tell specifically black women the truth? Who's qualified to tell them the truth? Because this lady, Jillian Michaels, is telling you she's a medical professional. She's saying that she's licensed to say these things. And Lizzo and Angela Yee is telling her, no, you don't know me, so you still shouldn't be allowed to say it. A female is saying this now because it's different when I say it. When I say it, or Kevin Samuels say it, or O'Shea New Jackson say it, is no, tear them apart. They're men. They're just trying to take the men's side. So a female who's in the medical field says it, and it's still, you got to know me to say it, though. You still can't say it. That's not, you can't just tell me. What?
Some people don't really appreciate you commenting on their body, and you also don't know what's going on in somebody's life. You don't know if they're on some type of medication that's making them gain weight. You have no idea what's happening.
True.
You don't know.
It doesn't negate the fact.
You can't really comment on somebody else's situation without knowing what that situation is.
I can cast a wide net and say obesity is a leading preventable cause of death worldwide.
Thank you.
I can say that.
And then what?
You can say that, but I just think in this situation, the whole point of what Lizzo's doing is that people always have negative things to say. But this is about Lizzo, though. But what I'm saying is, what she's been trying to do is just have some positivity, because a lot of times people are, it's hard for them to actually celebrate themselves when so many people are saying negative things about you.
Because it is a negative thing. You cannot force a negative thing to be a positive. I had a metaphor for everybody today, as I always do. Let's say a person let's scratch the part. Let's say a person has a STD, and let's just say let's give it a male. Let's give it a male. A male has an STD. You know he has an STD. He's not your friend. You don't really know him like that. You just happen to be sitting in the office at work. He comes in talking to somebody else. Man, I got STD. I think I should go get it checked out. But I kind of like the way it feels. That burning sensation, I like it. And you're thinking like, dude, that's not okay. At some point, it's gonna progress. They don't stay that way. They progress. Overweight and obese, they progress. You don't just stay 300 pounds. At some point, with time, Mother Nature, gravity, it's gonna get worse. So let's just say this person with the STD said, you know what, I like it. I ain't about to go get treatment. I ain't about to do all that. Body positivity. I love me. I love my STD. How I got it out. I like it. I want to be here. So that means you're not allowed to just say, hey, even if I'm not a medical professional, but that you have to get that checked out, or it could potentially lead to death. That's something there's nothing positive about it. There's nothing positive that can come from an STD. There's nothing positive that can come from being overweight. Nothing. There's nothing good about it. And at some point, your body is going to get worse. You don't hit 260, and this is why Kevin Samuels preaches so much about females being a healthy weight, especially with no kids, because most females gain weight with pregnancy. Once you have a kid, you're going to pack on about 30 to 50 pounds, and it's going to stay there for most women. Now, the other 3%, they get in the gym and they say, nope, I don't give a damn. This coming off by any means necessary, and that's fine. But again, this just like I didn't allow them to focus on the minority, I'm not gonna focus on the minority either. I'm focused on the majority because majority of people get that weight and it stays there. So what Kevin Samuel says is, listen, we know majority of women are going to keep that weight. So instead of continuing to bash the women that has it, let's tell the women that don't have it yet, hey, you're going to get it. So why don't you lose the weight now, which is going to be easier because you don't have a kid, you don't have the postpartum, you don't have the worries of taking care of another child, you don't have the extra baggage, you don't have that yet. Let's get it down now. Let's get you down to about 140. So that when you get the extra 30, you're still going to be at 170, which is manageable. But if you start off at 180, and then you have a child and now you're at 210, it's going to be very hard to work that off. But again, because Lizzo and Angela Yee wants to call this thing a positive, we're just supposed to go along with it because that's what they want.
Nobody should tell the overall truth just because people think it's specific.
If somebody is overweight around me, I'm gonna tell them because I want them to get healthy and I want them to live a long time. And if I get overweight or I do something unhealthy, I want somebody to tell me too. I don't care if
As it should be.
My wife tell me, yo, this, that, and the other. And I know it
But
might
that's
hurt
your
you.
wife.
It doesn't matter who it is. People
It
do
doesn't
this
matter.
all day. And I could be there and be mad about it and be embarrassed, but I'm like, you know what,
That's
they're right. I need to lose some goddamn weight.
I don't want Envy to die of brain cancer. That's why I bring up trap toupees all the time. But that's just not for Envy.
This is my time, people. I didn't want this video to go this long, but I couldn't just stop because at the end of the day, I still don't even know what body shaming is. According to Angela Yee, according to the freaking body shamer from before, and according to Queen Naija, the body shaming is simply stating your preference. If you are a man and you say, I want a skinny woman, you are body shaming fat people. But I got a question. And it's for men and women. When women say, I want a man that's at least 6 feet, is that body shaming? When women say, I want a man with a huge, you know what, is that body shaming? Well, it has to be because I'm like this. See, and the difference is the things that women body shame men on are mostly things that you can't even control. You can't control your height. You can't control the size of your thing. And they'll still say, you know what? I don't want you because of something you have no control over. And men have accepted this. We didn't come out with some cute term about small penis positivity. We didn't come out with short people positivity. We just, like I said in the beginning of the video. Oh, I'm short? Hey, my bank account big. Oh, I'm lacking down there? I'm enhanced everywhere else. But y'all want to just give us this mediocre stuff and tell us to deal with it. And the moment we say something about it, it's, oh my God, woe is me, body shame. Man, I hate it here. That's my time today. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you feel. Tell me where I went wrong. And as always, you know, over here we argue facts, not emotions. I'm out.